lot of these people are failing. Like, I'm sorry. People don't want to admit it, but when you're eating salmon and eggs and you feel like you're starving and
These people, they're all jokes, and so are you, Marlowe. You were delegitimized years ago.
that are striving for plant-based vitality, that are striving for, with minimal consumption of animal products, striving for ethics, morality, how do we reduce the population's consumption of meat and dairy. These are the people that I want to work with. These are the people that I want to talk to.
What are you talking about, Cheetah?
And I'm sorry, eating fucking quinoa every night for dinner is not a legitimate source of protein. I'm sorry. It's really not.
What are you talking about, Cheetah?
Mambo jumbo. But I, as a vegan, do consume oysters for my own health.
Eat oysters?
You want me to believe that you're concerned about your health? Well, yeah, oysters are just a little bit healthier than heroin. They're right up there with the stuff you're vaping. So I guess that'll help maintain your level of health.
Everybody has a bad day. Every vegan has a day when they eat some meat. And it looks better. Don't let go of your dream of being a star.
This message to me is important because a lot of these people are failing.
Ah, Cheetah. If this was important to you, you would have mentioned it in the last 4 years, or at least the last 2 years that you've been popular. But no, you've been talking about drama, speculating on drama in people's personal lives. And now you jump in your twisted interpretation of what is happening with all these vegans. I'm the one who's been covering this. And I've told people the truth about it while you are lying. Now I have to do some damage control on your vegan ass.
I, as a vegan, do consume oysters for my own health.
Right, we should not forget, he is no longer a vegan, but he says he makes vegans look good because of his muscle.
I feel great. I'm not even working out that much right now, and I'm representing the f***ing vegan aesthetics.
But there's a problem with that. You're not a vegan.
We can call it veganism because it is veganism, right? Like plant-based dieting, it's
still not vegan.
You're not on a vegan diet.
Plant-based dieting.
Oysters?
Oysters.
Oysters?
Oysters.
I do consume oysters.
He is no longer a vegan.
It's rooted in veganism, it's related to veganism, and it's not
Veganism.
Not
Veganism.
It's not
Veganism.
It's really not. I feel great. I'm not even working out that much right now.
It's not veganism. If you're eating animal products because you think you have to, then that's just ridiculous. That is the opposite of veganism.
You can have long-term vegan spells of up to, months at a time, but...
And you as a pro-vegan say you do best if you're not on a vegan diet. That makes veganism look bad. You'd be doing as well as you are without oysters, the Cheetos, the cheese. But he doesn't want to find out. As for the vegans who turn ex-vegan, well, of course they're going to blame veganism. That's what gets you the views. And that's what people would think, because this ignorance is grounded in our culture. But there are vegans out there who are doing well. Long-term vegans, they just don't get the attention. And they're certainly not getting attention from you. You don't want to bring them up. You have always hurt this vegan community, and you're doing it again. Which leads me to believe you are a meat industry agent. And just like some other agents these days, foreign agents, Russian agents, you're all going to be going to jail sooner or later.
With some people, with some diets, with some situations, it is time to come back and, introduce something that is going to really supply you with proteins. And I'm sorry, eating fucking quinoa every night for dinner is not a legitimate source of protein. I'm sorry. It's really not. And there's no mainstream nutrition scientist that's going to tell you that.
You can get all of that nutrition that you might be lacking. I mean, protein deficiency, that same old line that's ridiculous.
That I would want to have a conversation with, because these are the people that are living in reality.
And we've been through this years ago. The World Health Organization even says, they admit that you can get everything you need from plants. Where do you think the animals got it? The animals you supposedly need to get these mysterious nutrients that they got. The animals that people eat are vegan. And I am sorry. I'm sorry people are this dense that they just won't get it. This is the way the world was designed. All animals get their nutrients from plants. Plants were here first. They needed to be here to have animal life. Everything that us animals get comes from somewhere else. That's reality. It's called the circle of life. People don't even know what that term means. Our society has given people a vision that's more like the circle of death. It's not what the circle of life ever meant. All right, let's get down to the nitty-grits of quinoa. Medical news today. Quinoa comes in at number 7. High protein content, and it's a complete protein. 8 grams per cup. Tell me, Cheetah, Charles Marlowe, PhD, what is missing from quinoa? Here on the WebMD website, I found an article here. Proteins that pack a punch, and they give a list here. This would be non-meat, eggs, milk, and cheese. And then along with that, they list soy and quinoa as the top 5 proteins that pack a punch. So if quinoa isn't a legitimate source, whatever that means, then no plant is. Then how do you explain vegans? How do you explain them in the Olympics? I myself don't even eat proteins of that high quality very much. Half my diet is fruit. I eat a lot of potatoes that are low in protein. I only eat high quality plant protein like quinoa like 3 times a week. And I've been doing this kind of a low protein diet for like 8 years. And they were right. The low protein people were right. I threw out the last of my protein powder, and 8 years later, here I am. By the way, it's persimmon season. It's a short one. Get out there and get these things.
This message to me is important.
It's suddenly important to this guy with these vegans on YouTube, and only on YouTube, that are falling off the vegan wagon. Vegetable Police, wait, he wasn't a total vegan. And also Kalel, both admit that they've been lying to us the whole time. And Cheetah, all been lying. Never were vegan. So what are these people falling off of? Onision, he was a fool. 1 month is nothing. You can fast for a month. So you can't be a legitimate vegan for a month and then blame that. These people, they're all jokes, and so are you, Marlowe. You were delegitimized years ago. You're a druggie and a criminal. Well, speaking of which, here's a clip of me 8 months ago with a list of crimes committed by the Vegan-Cheetah. I'm going to discuss the upcoming arrest of Vegan-Cheetah. He had committed a credit card fraud, and he's been on probation ever since. And over on another video site, live video site, YouNow, he's broken several of their rules. He was banned from that site just a few weeks ago. I'll go through the list of rules he's broken. Rule number 1, no violence and no self-harm. Absolutely no nudity or sexual explicit behavior, vulgar, profane, offensive. Now, I don't want to show you any clips of that. Bullying, harassment, or hate speech. Here I do have a clip, but it has to be edited so my channel doesn't get into any trouble.
I mean, what do you want to do? You want to tickle my hole or something, you f***ing fat shit? Fucking gay as f***.
I've been vegan 23 years, and I'm feeling great. So I wanted to talk about what I eat to feel so great. I think one of the most important ingredients is that I eat me some Vegan-Cheetah. I mean vegan cheese. He wasn't too happy when he saw that video. So Charles Marlowe is so full of falsehoods. I use that word because it's a common word going on in politics right now to describe someone who is saying something that's wrong, but they might not be lying because they might believe it. And so who knows about Cheetah, but it really adds up that so often he goes the extreme route instead of the true route, and he's known for being a TMZ reporter. And the things he has said here in this video are so crazy.
Hurricanes, they do seem to be getting worse over the years. The wildfires are definitely getting worse. You also have flooding in different parts of the country. The federal government is saying that we have to slow down. We have to do something about this. And they say the longer we wait, the bigger the damages are going to be and the more expensive it's going to be to deal with it. They've tried to get a statement from the administration about this, because of the simple fact that it contradicts exactly what Trump has said, and it's his own government that's saying this. I think that is serious, right? Now, we do have to be careful because I don't want this to be used for propaganda, that the globalists will use this, the leftists will use this as an excuse to drastically reduce our standard of living as Americans. If it's his own government that's putting out this information, I think we should take it seriously, and I'm sure he's taking it seriously.
Layla, give us the latest.
We have some breaking news as I'm editing this video now. Breaking news here on climate change. A new report came out.
John, go ahead. I've seen it. I've read some of it, and it's fine. They say economic impact is devastating. Yeah, I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it.
And I'm sure he's taking it seriously.
And here's the other thing. You're going to have China and Japan and all of Asia. Right now, we're at the cleanest we've ever been. But if we're clean, but every other place on Earth is dirty.
Yeah, doesn't believe it because politics. This report is basically from Trump's Republican administration. His people are running the agencies putting out this report. It's true, U.S. has been doing things, but they can do more. Yes, we should be getting other countries, the whole world needs to do more, but not if it's not believed. Isn't he contradicting himself here? As he usually does if you look into, you see he's a BSer.
I don't believe it, says the president. What do you make of that?
The only reason for him to not believe it is because he is connected to the oil industry. Rex Tillerson, he owns a steak company. He's a Republican and a sociopath. There isn't a debate about this. Only politics.
He's sort of stuck out there alone on this and is not giving an inch.
We are screwing the planet, and we know it. And we need to turn back. But sociopaths are running things.
They say if nothing is done, things will worsen, and specifically the U.S. economy.
Getting into the report, the general takeaway is if these dangerous greenhouse gases aren't curbed, global temperatures could increase some 9 degrees. More people will die, and 10% of the U.S. economy will take a hit.
9 degrees is severe. Just 2 degrees causes the disruptions we're having now. It's not the temperature that's the problem. It's the Earth's balance that will be totally disrupted. 9 degrees would completely create catastrophic devastation throughout the Earth. You will be in danger.
Every part of the United States will be affected. There is no region that will be spared. The spike in premature deaths, that's what the prediction is. This region is predicted to have the largest increase in extreme temperature-related deaths. An additional 2,000 people will die prematurely per year. Moving to the Great Plains, they will produce fewer crops because of more droughts and floods. Out west, the wildfire season will be longer and more
Yep.
intense.
It is not the lack of raking. And who are we going to pay to rake all that? And what they'd be raking is all the dead vegetation.
And as a vegan, of course I believe in global warming, but at the same time, I don't like to spread the propaganda, pro-globalist propaganda, the anti-American propaganda, the propaganda that not only should you not be able to eat meat and dairy, but you also shouldn't be able to have kids, or you shouldn't be able to live in a house, or you shouldn't be able to drive a car. And veganism, along many lines, is definitely one of those far-left globalist ideologies. What do you think about all this? Do you believe in global warming? What do you think about Trump's administration supporting the idea that global warming is real? I want to hear from you. Go and purchase a t-shirt at teespring.com/store/famous. Thank you guys so much for buying t-shirts. Please do go pick one up to support me, support this channel, support this original commentary, original stories, and original news. Little Cheetah reporting to you live from Venice.
The things he has said here in this video are so crazy. I'm thinking that he's trolling us for attention. Now, this is just the kind of stuff to get us talking. It's just crazy stuff. As a vegan, I eat oysters. This is important to me. So I say let's keep on ignoring him, because that's been working. Cheetah's numbers have been down and down over the last year or so. So now let's move on. There's better things to cover, and they're coming up. Thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Turn the notifications on. You can see some more great stuff coming from this channel. It's just ridiculous, the stuff that's out there. Even Cheetah's boring, and he's entertaining. Yet, why would you want to watch him anymore? And similar for vegetable police. Oh my God, and vegan gains. Oh, what has become here? These vegans are given the impression that vegans are not entertaining, and there must be some deficiency, but they're not seeing us. And foot soldier, Michele Lowe, speaking of foot soldier, he made a video about this cheetah thing and oysters. It's up there near the genius level, kind of like my sugar rush video from a few days ago. You should watch both of those videos. Here's a link to Foot Soldier's genius video debunking oysters and Vegan-Cheetah.